I caught my homegirl cheated with my man, y'all. She was mad because this guy really liked me or whatever. She was trying to do things to sabotage us. Like, I really know the motive of why she introduced me to this man. Come sit on your face. What's up, family? It's your big sis T Renee, and I am back today with another story. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Hey, I'm hoping that one day you find something on this platform that resonates with you and make you want to come back and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm hoping you enjoyed today's video. I know y'all here for a story time, and that's exactly what I'm going to give you. But before we get to that, y'all, go ahead, drop down below in the comment section, leave a hey girl, hey, what's up, big sis? All comments are welcome and greatly appreciated. Just keep them respectful. As you all have seen the title, you have an idea what this story is going to be about. So, family, let's get to this story. So, in today's story time, y'all, I will be talking about the time that I caught my homegirl cheated with my man, y'all. And this was some guy that she introduced me to. And this is the same guy whom she got mad. The first time we all hung out together, we all went out to dinner, you know, after I met him and the dude she was talking to, because they all were friends. She got mad because this man paid for my dinner. And I guess she felt like because that is her closest, one of her closest friends, and she introduced everybody, that he was supposed to pay for hers. Mind you, her man was sitting in the same table. So, y'all, the girl was hella crazy, hella toxic, y'all. And this is a friend that I haven't talked about in a long time, of course. This is one of my college homegirls, and I called her Janice. I got plenty of story times about Janice somewhere. I would make sure I link them below. Probably link the one about the first time that she introduced me to him and got mad, you know, that he paid for my dinner. I believe I gave a story time about that situation, how she was mad because this guy really liked me or whatever. She was trying to do things to sabotage us, like slick little things. So basically, she had the whole time, apparently, you know, trying to sabotage us. Mainly because apparently she had a plan the entire time. Like, it was weird as hell. Yeah, I don't know. So let's get into it or whatever. So yeah, like I said, you know, this is a guy that I was hooking up with. I was hanging out with her and her dude. We was going double dates and things like that. And of course, she would always say little slick things. You know how you got those pick me women is what y'all call it. And they would say shady things in front of the men to impress them and try to make you look bad. But of course, you know, I kind of was peeping game. But I thought, you know, I've been peeped game or whatever, and I just really wasn't understanding why. But of course, I was not going to do the most in front of those men because I'm not the type of female to be trying to embarrass myself like she was in front of these men. So, you know, I just let the shady shit go because, mind you, this is somebody that she does stuff like this all the time. And I'm not the only person she have done this to. And I know she's a very insecure woman, very pretty girl, but insecure as hell. That's usually how they are, you know. And I'm not trying to throw in the colorism thing, but it's usually the lighter skinned females that I would hang with. They were very insecure, and I never understood that. And not to say that, you know, just because they light skinned, they fine as hell. That ain't always the case. But they're usually very pretty girls, and it ain't always about looks, and that ain't the reason why they may be insecure. It's just other characteristics about another person they would be very insecure about. Because, you know, people want to throw in that, oh, they light skinned and they feel the way they should be. No, that's the problem. You know, it'd be very, very deeply rooted in something else. And with her, it was deeply rooted in other things. Now, mind you, at this time, she have a kid or whatever. And the kid is by not the guy that she was dating. She tried to say that was his baby. But I'm like, girl, that math ain't math. Y'all, the girl was weird as hell. She tried to say that because but in fact, she was the dude that the baby is by. She met at our other college that we went to, and mind you, she was just talking to this guy around the same time, even though we was in a whole other city and in a different college. I guess she would come home and talk to him. So she had already knew this dude, but they wasn't dating. So when she got to TSU, she hooked up with him after the fact and all that. I'm like, girl, So the shit was crazy. I'm surprised he even still talks to her because it was some drama going on there, whether or not that was his baby or not, y'all. So she had a lot of crazy stuff going on mentally with herself, and she had a big insecurity about that. She always would be one of those ones trying to fit in with all the sorority girls and stuff. And so when she would get around those girls that we both knew, she would do, the same thing that she would do with these men, try to shade. And then she would try to put one of her homegirls that was in a sorority onto the dude that she introduced me to. So, y'all, she was always doing some, she was always slick doing some backslide stuff. And it's like she was mad that she hooked me up with him. It's like she just did. I don't really know the motive of why she introduced me to this man and then get mad when I'm with him. And then, it would just be weird. And a lot of times the double dates was initiated by the men. So of course we would be there. And then I'm like, this is my homegirl. So I didn't want to read too much into it because I know how she is. And I know what type of, them pick me type women, they just gotta do the most to make men like them. They already like you. What are you doing? But anyway, as time goes on, I'm over to the dude that I'm talking to's house at the time, y'all. I cannot remember what I called him, y'all. I probably just linked him to her. I probably should have looked it up. I cannot remember what I called him. I definitely gave their names in a prior story time. We just gonna say my boo, you know what I'm saying? Or my man at the time. So yes, I might have called him Jalen or somebody. I don't really remember. For the sake of this, we gonna call him Jalen, y'all. Because I have to go back and look, and I didn't. And I just really wanted to get this story time out because, y'all, I opened up my Facebook. I seen them on my Facebook because my Facebook is kind of sitting around a lot of my college homies and stuff like that. So yeah. But anyway, so and the dude had spoke to me. He messaged me, and I don't necessarily, my messenger is still open, but some stuff I don't see because it may go to like that little spam thing or whatever. And I was just going through my messages. But anyway, we ain't gonna get into that, y'all. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, time goes on, and she just really acting like she's in her feelings every time that I would come over to the house with him. And it ain't like I was like, hey, I want to come over. I'm coming up because this man won't be over to the house. But why does it even bother you? Like, why does it affect you? And y'all, she would just do little slick things with him, like to touch him. It would be times where she'll find a reason to touch Jalen, like just rub his shoulder, like, oh, your arms look really good. It's really paying off for the gym. Y'all, how cliche to rub a man's arms and say, oh, your muscles look nice. It's really paying off in the gym. Y'all, so cliche. So like, what the fuck? But again, I'm not trying to dig into the situation because I'm not insecure. And I mean, this is her homie. She been knowing him a long time. And some people just, they play like that. And that don't always mean that they have slept together. Because I have male friends that we may joke around about saying sexual things like that, but we've never been intimate with one another. We just kind of have that homie relationship. And that's what it is. So I didn't deep dig into the situation. But the thing that really made me do that shit, and he actually told me, he was like, she had been messaging me, asking me about some type of something. She was in a store, y'all, trying on clothes. She had called him on the phone or whatever, video called him on Facebook because I'm sure you can do that at the time. Was it like that? Yeah, she had called him on the phone, y'all. It was some app she was using. I don't even know if Facebook had it in, but it was an app where you can call people and they can video chat with each other. It was before FaceTime was a thing. Like, you can video chat with them on this app. So she was talking to him on his video on her phone. And I cannot remember what it was back then because it was something. But anyway, so she was showing him, or either she was sending him videos. She was on the phone with him. But she was sending him videos, asking him, what did he think about this dress? And y'all, it was some sexy stuff. Like, I don't even think it was a dress. I really think it was like gowns and some shit like that. Because I don't know if you couldn't really try on lingerie or something like that. She was trying on sexy gowns and stuff like that. She's like, what do you think about this? Does this look good? You think her dude at the time, what we call him, Aaron, do you think he would like some stuff like this? And y'all, that's when I was like, you know what? This bitch is trying me. Because why else would what is she doing? Like, she's really trying to piss me off. Like, that's when I started, like, questioning our friendship. Because I don't give a hell what kind of relationship you had before him. You know, he's my man right now. So why would you send him some stuff like that? Like, sexy. I mean, you might as well be naked. But yeah. But anyway, so y'all, I am, and he tells me, he shows me the videos because I'm over there with him. Like we went at their house. We was outside. We was sitting in the park or some shit. We was sitting somewhere chilling, and I'm seeing the videos because she was on the phone, and like I said, she was on the phone with him, but she don't know that I was with him. So as she's talking to him, she's sending these videos, and he's opening up the messages and stuff like that. But however, he had to open them up, and I'm seeing these videos, so I'm filming, and he was just patting me like, calm down, don't say that, because baby, the way I was finna cuss her out on that phone. Like, I'm right here, you stupid, silly, dizzy bitch. Like, y'all want to cuss her out so bad, but he was trying to keep me calm. He was like, cause no, just let it be. He was like, I'm gonna handle this. I'm gonna let her know that she wrong. I'm like, if that's the case, you could do that shit while she on the phone right now. Let her know she wrong. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you didn't give me a chance. I'm better get to that. He said, but I'm just showing you how your friend sliding or whatever. And you know, you would think he would be loyal to her because that is the homegirl, but if a man, it doesn't, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. If that is your man for real, he's going to side with you. He's going to respect you. He's going to be trustworthy and loyal to you because he cares about y'all relationship, regardless of how long he's known her. So I respected him a lot on that because the average man would not do that. But the thing about it, of course, he really was doing it because I was right there, you know. So I'm wondering about the times that she possibly have already sent this to you and I wasn't around. Who knows? She could have been sending him other stuff, and she definitely was sending him other shit, y'all. I eventually found out that she was sending him other things way before this encounter. So, you know, but at the time, I'm trusting him. He getting more cool points from me because I'm like, damn, he really fucking with me. He's showing me this stuff like that, and you know, he's trying to keep me calm. He's trying to center me. And you need a good balance. You know, I'm not a loud ghetto girl. I don't like them type of women. I don't loud and just loud for no reason. It got to be seen. But when triggered, I'm a whole different person. I'm a fireball, if you want to call it. Y'all, I'll just say that's the word that came to my mind right now. I know that's so corny, but I'm just saying. And he's very relaxed, very chill, and he does not raise his voice, and he don't like a lot of people just come into his face and trigger him like I can be triggered because. And the thing with me is that I'm calm. I don't like confrontation, but I let shit build up, and then I'm shooting the hell off because I'm tired of you playing in my face. See, now with him, he's going to try to be calm in the situation and talk you out of the situation in the present time. He's going to try to talk through it and work it out. No, I'm going to let that shit build up because I just don't want to deal with it at the moment. But I'm gonna give you some chances to redeem yourself. But if you continue to play in my face, then I'm gonna make the shit bigger than what it really is. You know what I'm saying? That's just who I am or whatever. So I always respect the fact that he was trying to, you know, keep me calm, trying to be my peace in that situation, and really just showing me how your girl and shit. But honestly, y'all, he won nothing because y'all, the moment that I had went home one weekend, I remember going home. Yeah, I rode home with my sister, y'all. She stayed in Nashville as well. She stayed on the outskirts of Nashville. She went to TSU as well, and so is her best friend, and you know all that. So I had some family and stuff around. So, you know, I would leave and go hang out with them at times. But this particular weekend, we had drove back to Memphis or whatever for something. I think we were just going home. And that weekend or whatever, you know, he chilling with his homies. He was like, it was some parties going on, and he was going to go to a couple parties. He's telling me what he's doing or whatever. And, you know, that's cool. You know, that's something that always goes on. They're always having college parties in Nashville for college kids or whatever. So I didn't trip too much about that. But I kind of got a little suspicious when I had been talking to her and she was like, I'm with some guy, whatever, but it ain't the dude that she was talking to at the time. She was like, yeah, I got this other man that I've been kicking it with. I'm still messing with him because she liked Abram because he was in a fraternity. He was a light-skinned man with curly hair, green eyes. He fit a certain aesthetic that she was wanting to be a part of. Like he had he had a wealthy family, and he just, you know, had some good things popping. He was, you know, known in the school, and he was an honor student. You know, he like me, we like smart guys, we like nerdy guys, you know, and they was in honors courses and all that stuff because, you know, he was one of those guys. So she was with him for the status and to be seen as arm candy on his arm. You know what I'm saying? She was with him for that. But she was with this other guy supposedly because he makes her feel free and loved and welcome. He got a big thing, and this the stuff she said out her mouth. I'm like, girl, I said, so everything got good. She's like, he good. He know how to make love to me. But this other man, he be going in with me. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I understand there are differences with men in the way they sex you. There are big differences in the way men sex you. Some of them like to stab you. That is not fun. That shit hurts, especially the older you get. Baby, where you going? Slow it down. Slow it down. What it's like, slow roll it. Slow roll it. I ain't gonna sing for y'all though. But yes, I'm just saying, if y'all know the song. But baby, that's what I'm saying. This song can never be more true, baby. Slow your ass down, slow roll it. Stroke it with emotion. Y'all know that song, right? But anyway, so yeah. And so, she's telling me this, and I'm like, oh, okay, girl, that's what's up. Again, not thinking too deep about what she did with my dude, Jalen, and all that stuff. I'm just thinking she just trying to do shit because, like I said, I realized that she would be trying to put her homegirls on him. Like, I know one situation, she was like, oh, yeah, he's supposed to be talking to her, but she ain't taking him serious, so he free game. I said, now, why would you do some shit like that? I didn't do the most in front of the girls, and I should have checked her ass there, but again, I was trying to just look past the ignorance with her because, I probably did make it seem like we weren't serious like that. But me, I'm a private person. And even though you introduced me to this man does not mean you need to know everything going on with us. I would not tell her everything with us. I've never been that person. Even though this is my closest girl, I still didn't tell her every detail. She's seen what she's seen when I was around and she was around. But when it was just us and we was locked away in the room or whatever, she don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We could just pretty much be laying up and not doing a damn thing. We ain't always sexting like you and them guys that you'll be with. They was always screwing. That was not the case. You want to be with a man that you can hang out with and be friends with. Not every time y'all together, y'all hooking up. What do you have beyond the hookup? Y'all, my lips probably ashy as hell. I'm just saying, and half of the time you be with these men and you can't stand them beyond a certain point. So once the facade and the intriguement, and once all that wears off, then what do you have with one another? Those things were very important to me. The friendships were very important. Not saying that I haven't hook up with guys and we weren't like close friends first before we did that. I wasn't trying to take them being serious, but I really did like Jalen because, again, kind of like her, I liked him because he was a very intelligent man, had a bright future ahead of him, and he wanted certain things in life that I wanted at that time. So yes, but not shallow like that. Not with a man because, oh, he looks so good. Jalen wasn't the finest thing around. Jalen had some great qualities about himself. He had some good, he looked good, but he was more rugged. I don't like real pretty guys men. I like my man a little rugged. And he was kind of giving that, you know what I'm saying? But he did fit a certain aesthetic, tall, he good, smooth skin. He took care of himself. Like even in college, y'all, he was taking very good care of himself health-wise. He didn't eat a whole bunch of trash. When I was with him, we wouldn't always eat no fast food. We would go eat out at certain places, but he'd try to keep it to where, we would be eating light. Like I was around him and I was trying to do things to better myself, but not because it looked a certain way to other people, but because, it's just going to make me a better person. But so, and that's what I liked about him, but she didn't know that. She didn't need to know the reasons why we are bonding the way we're bonding. She just thought we was like them. We were just hooking up and because we in college and we XYZ. So anyway, y'all, back to when I'm, away with my folks and then I eventually come back. We come back, I think. She wasn't expecting me to come back. I think I told her we was gonna be gone till like Monday. She wasn't expecting me to be back that Sunday. And I didn't really tell her anything because I think we just left early and I didn't really talk to her that day or whatever. After she was like she was gonna be with her new little boo that Sunday. So I didn't really bother her because, I didn't want to interrupt their time. So I end up getting back and I go over to Jalen's house. Mind you, I had a key to their apartment, y'all. I don't know if he forgot he gave me this. And then the roommate was cool with it or whatever. Because, he had a roommate. So they gave me a spare key because, I don't know. They liked me like that. And then they knew that I wasn't one of the ones that really be just popping up. But I was gonna go and surprise him, like, hey, because I knew that he was gonna be at home. I had talked to him that day, even though I didn't talk to him all day. And I didn't really say that I was coming home. I was just gonna surprise him, y'all. Like, yeah, I guess pop up or whatever. I ain't thinking that but anyway, so yeah. So I get over there, whatever, and I see Janice's car, but I'm thinking she's over there with her boo because again, he's friends with Jalen. And I'm like, oh, okay. I thought she was gonna be with her little friend today. So I go over there, y'all. I open the door. I don't see Aaron. I don't see Janice. But I do hear people in the back room in Jalen's room. And I hear female voices. Female voices. So I go and I walk to the door because I didn't want to creep in. And mind you, I'm surprised they couldn't really hear it. But you know, it was music on. And they probably couldn't hear when the door opened. And they probably wasn't expecting nobody to come. You know what I'm saying? Other than his roommate or whatever. So they wasn't expecting me to come over there. And then the music playing and they in the room, they can't really hear nothing. Probably, you know. So I step at the door because I still can hear them talking. And I hear her laughing, and then some other girl was like, damn, so it's like that, or some I don't remember exactly what they said verbatim, but he was like, come over here, come sit on my face. Come sit on your face. Come sit on your y'all. I damn near had an out of body experience, y'all, trying to get to that I had an out of body experience, y'all. The way I kicked that bedroom door in. Come sit on your face. The fuck? So I kicked the door in, and it's the other chick sitting on his face. She was climbing on his face. And you got Janice sitting straddling him. And I've seen this girl before, and it's one of her little sorority friends. One of the little chicks she was trying to put him on. Y'all, the way, like, I started knocking shit off the damn drive. I said, so, I don't remember everything I said, y'all. I said, I knew I couldn't trust you, bitch. I said, I was trying to give you the benefit of that. I wasn't trying to read too deep into it. I said, but the entire time after the fact, after you have hooked me up with him, I was wondering why you would be so salty about me being with this man. After you introduced me to him, I said, you was mad because he genuinely liked me. I said, but then again, you couldn't possibly give a damn about me either. Because look what you're doing behind my back. I said, you can't tell me this just happened. I said, I know that this is not the first time. Well, now, him and them having that threesome might have been the first time. I'm like, I know you and Janice have hooked up before. I'm not crazy. I'm not stupid because, yeah, I didn't really have too much to say because I really could have reacted in a totally different way. But I said, you know what? Screw all y'all. I left out of there. Because number one, I ain't trying to give these bitches no ammo to go back and tell nobody I flipped out because he was screwing them. Ain't no way. You can go tell that if you want to. But that one thing they cannot say is that I lost my shit and went to jail in college over a dude. No, y'all. So, man, I just left up out of there. And later on that day, she had reached out. I don't even know what she said, y'all. I honestly didn't even read that paragraph textbook shit. I just deleted it out of my phone. I didn't block her right away because I wanted to see how much more she was going to call and text me. Because it ain't nothing else you can say. Like, what else could you possibly say? You was caught red-handed doing something I'm sure you have already done with him. And now you got one of your homegirls to hook up with him behind my back. And I heard him say, like, damn, I thought you was coming. It don't matter when I was coming back. It don't matter when I popped up. The fact is, I caught you. Baby, I have always had great discernment. Always. I be knowing it be some stuff, but I be needing to blow up in my face, honestly. Like, I know that sounds so crazy, but I be needing these things to happen before it gets too out of hand. So I be grateful for those things that happen. And I hate the way that they have to happen. But y'all, you want them to go ahead and happen before you move on with somebody and have long-term relationships with somebody that's not meant for you. So that's what that was. And true enough, yes, he tried everything he can to get back in good graces with me. And yeah, I know, yeah, we was in a new relationship. But the fact was, you couldn't keep your stuff to yourself. It don't even matter. It's the fact that, damn, dude, you really was filling my head with these things. And yeah, you shouldn't really believe everything somebody tell you. But he was showing certain actions or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as far as he can do in college or whatever. But I don't know, y'all. It's crazy. Men be just as fake as women. And he definitely was being fake as hell with me. And that's what I think I was hurt the most by. The fact that you was being fake. And you didn't have to be fake. You could have kept it 100 from the beginning saying, yeah, we didn't mess around a few times, but we're not going to work out or whatever. And, you know, or I still want to do this, that with her and you. You know what I'm saying? You could have said that shit. How you know I would have been fine with whatever? But people don't never give you the opportunity to be okay with things. Because that's my homegirl. And if you liked him in that sense, damn, you could have just said that. I genuinely would not have been mad if if they was honest up front about them being, you know, attracted to one another in that sense. Man, we're in college. People do different things. People experience different things. They experiment. You didn't even give me the option to say whether or not I was okay with that. You just put me in a situation, and now an even dangerous situation, because you were here having sex with them unprotected. And so how I know, like I said, you have already done this, and then you sleeping with me. Oh, y'all. That's why I say, baby, put condoms on, y'all. Especially nowadays. That was early too, baby. Especially nowadays, baby. You can't play no games out here. And if you're single, man, keep it to yourself till you find somebody else. And you better pray and hope that man ain't got nothing or that woman ain't got shit. Because even married people be having issues. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to stop this video right here. Y'all know I don't like to do too much. I give you enough to get you here and get you interested. And maybe I'll come back with some more drama with these people. I'm sure I will at some point in time, y'all. Yeah, after that, they just kept reaching out to me and I would see them or whatever. Like, that was the final straw with me and her. Like, that was my girl. We had some fun times, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, and that was after I gave her another chance to come because we hadn't felt like about something else. But we got back cool sometime on down the line, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I honestly think that was a situation that made it the last straw because what? You hooked me up with this man, then you mad because he genuinely liked me. I feel like you hooked me up with him because you can keep better tabs on him and know the woman that he's dealing with versus other women that you ain't cool with. You can't see what they doing, but you thought you know everything about us. She was that close. Yeah, so I was close. So what they say, keep your enemies closer. You know what I'm saying? I guess I was a frenemy to her, and I was somebody that was close to her so she could watch us. She wanted, because we was around each other a lot. Me and her dude, or whoever else she was with at the time. And he knew that she was talking to other guys. And he was shady to his own homeboy. But you know, I guess, I don't really know. Like, they was some backdooring people. They weren't good people, y'all. They just say that. They was not good people. But honestly, I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. I was like, dang, I lost a good one right there. And I ain't talking about just think about what I'm talking about. When she was bragging about the dude in his, yeah, I felt her on that. Now that I think about it, in hindsight, I felt her on that. Yeah. But anyway, y'all. Y'all drop down below in the comments. Let's chat. Let's talk about whatever, but keep it respectful, y'all. Thank y'all so much for those that continuously hype my video. One that's 1, 2, or 3 likes. I love y'all for that. Thank you for continuously tuning in and staying to my channel and being patient with me as I post, y'all. I just got a lot going on right now, but I do try to make sure I get these videos. I just want to have one day when I'm posting consistently or 2 days where I'm posting consistently. But you know how that goes sometimes. But one thing about it, I'll never leave you hanging. I'm going to eventually come, y'all. I'm going to eventually come and post y'all something. Do know that. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed the coming week. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye. Is that right? To catch up on any prior story times that were mentioned in today's video, make sure you click the links in the description below. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel.